Greetings all, and welcome back again to Globbits Gaming Channel. I'm out of my heavy tank, my T71 this time, and I'm back in the T71, the American Tier 7 light tank. Now, I hadn't played this tank for a very long time. It's been sat in my garage. I've been concentrating on other things with Centurions and T54s and all the rest of it, and I've left this little guy pretty much sat in the garage in mothballs. So I decided to take him out for a bit of a run. Skippy's now got a fascination with the Awful Panther because he wants to get his RU-251, which I can't blame him. But in order to play the Awful Panther properly, you can't really have that much of an effect on the game when we're playing heavies and things. So I tend to go with light tanks with him at the same time. And we seem to work really well together. We gel together really well as a platoon in this game. So, the Tier 7 light tank for the Americans then. Going to be overshadowed, I believe, by the Walker Bulldog in the new patch. This thing's got an auto-loader, 6 rounds, 85's APCR standard, and that's all you need. 175mm pen, 150 damage, very, very fast. Agile little vehicle, and it just looks funky. Now this little bush here is a really good additional initial spotting location. When you are scouting like this, guys, do not fire. Do not fire unless you really absolutely have to. I spot the WZ early, and the enemy T71. That WZ's not in a very good position. He's there to spot the guys, our guys, moving down the zero line. But I'm basically lighting up all these IS-3s, K1Ss, and all the heavy tanks that go into the standard issued heavy corner. Unfortunately, there's nobody there to do any damage for me. I'm not going to fire my gun though, because I'm well within my own view range, so therefore they're more likely going to see me when my camera rating for the bushes disappears. I do decide at one stage in this thing to actually take a few shots, but only when I think my usefulness of this location is actually finished, which is around about now. I don't think there's going to be any more heavies going over there, so I decide just to unload this WZ 131. I'm staying here for as long as I dare until my sixth sense goes off, and then I'm away. I'm out of here. Now, in some cases, there will be players camping in G5 and G4, which will absolutely just make that position redundant as an actual firing position there. As soon as you shoot, they'll just nail you. But thankfully, there wasn't anybody there. If there was, they didn't actually pay any attention to me. So I managed to burst damage that WZ-131 for 800. I didn't manage to kill him, unfortunately, but then I went for a reload, so I've now got a full drum left. And this is where Skippy and Moore decided to just stick with me. We decided to spot the heavies, not spot the heavies, sorry, to go and support the heavies. But then I thought to myself, that WZ needs killing first. Let's finish the job. Because if you leave that guy running around in the late stage of the game, we'll have to deal with him again. So I decided just to go up the river. Now I'm safe pretty much from both sides here. The only danger I've got is from that hill on the 4 line where that Churchill sat kind of area. So I stay low. Keep myself schnoodling as I like it. I've got a camo crew on this tank, so I should be alright, but I do get spotted. I think it's by the WZ. Now I'm looking for shots on him here. I get spotted. I think I'm safe from fire. I haven't got cover from view, but I've definitely got cover from fire. So as for the getting shot at bit, not much of an issue at this stage. What I need to do is take this WZ-131 out though. So I decide Skippy joins me to go under the bridge and try and take this guy out. A little bit of airtime there. Now, unfortunately, he's the other side of the bloody hill. So what do we do now? Well, we noticed that the heavies have all died on the 9-0 line, or they're very about to die. Yeah, there's the K1S just died. Fire on the move, auto-aimed, managed to kill off the WZ-131 there. Skippy spots himself a Hellcat. Now, at this stage, I've already made my decision to go for the heavies. And unfortunately, the guys, they seem to be like one step behind me in the whole thing, because I do make decisions on the fly, and I often don't communicate it over TeamSpeak. But Skippy decides and Reload decides to stay behind and deal with that Hellcat, and I'm going to go deal with the heavies. Now, the heavies will have seen us coming this way, and I was expecting the enemy T71 to be around here somewhere, but he's made his way up onto the hill. So we're going to go around the corner, and we're going to spot the heavies. Now I go bulging around the corner like a numpty, because I didn't think for 1 minute that there'd be any enemy heavies that had turned round. I don't know why I was thinking this, but turns out I'm wrong. However, that guy has a 12-second reload, and in that time, he's dead. This is the advantage of an auto-loader. The Walker Bulldog, and Skippy comes in and steals the kill there from me. Cheers, Skip. Managed to repair my gunner. And now our friendly Ferdinand saying, now kill all bots, please. Well, go fuck yourself, bro. We're not going to take that shit. We're going to just live, and we're going to survive. The Awful Panther, Skippy managed to set the Tiger P on fire, just as Reload manages to ammo rack him. Fantastic work from the lights there. And this is what I think light tanks are going to become. Because I think a few guys have said it before, and I think I've mentioned it a few times. Scouting is not a tank type. Scouting is a job. And that's what I think these latest set of light tanks are going to actually emphasise in the latest patch. Because we're just taking this IS-3 apart. I've got to back off though because I'm on low health. But Skippy and Reload just going to put the pain into him, and then the Hellcat manages to finish him off. Now we've got the base secure as far as I'm concerned, the Hellcat and the Black Prince. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and hunt artillery, and this is where these little tanks, the light tanks, succeed really, really well in the late game. We can be mobile. Most of the lanes are open. What I mean by lanes is like the 9-0 line where the heavies go, and basically those guys are just going to run across up the river. I'm going to try and take out their artillery, because their artillery with that lone T71 could be very, very dangerous. They've got a tier 8, a tier 7 and a tier 5 or tier 6 artillery, so they could be very, very dangerous in the late game. All that T71 has to do is keep spotting our tanks, and the artillery can finish them off, so we decided to go and get them. But where's that bloody Hellcat? And this is what I said to Skippy as he's going across the open ground here. He spots the Hellcat. Now, thankfully, the Hellcat's not quick enough on the draw to actually respond to Skippy. So Skippy basically then puts a little bit of pressure on the Hellcat, and we decide that we're going to just wolfpack this guy. Reload sat in the town, putting some fire into him, weakening him, toughening him up a little bit. And that's it, Skip. Just go, man. Just go for him. You know, ram him if you have to. Awful Panther weighs 40 tons. It wrecks Hellcats. Artillery's firing at him, which is fine. I go for right-click aim. Easily doable on this, and I managed to steal the kill from Reload there successfully. And off to find artillery. Now the thing with this little tank, I have to keep moving and zigzagging, because if artillery's aiming, try and throw off their aim as much as possible. It only's got 150 alpha, so I have to spare a couple of shots. Now I wish I'd reloaded now, because it does become a bit of an issue when you come across 3 artilleries. Well, there's an M12, M44, there's 1 kill, I'm up to 3. M12. Now this is where Skippy says to me, he said over thing, oh, we can get brothers in arms, but unfortunately there aren't enough tanks left. I want my Pescucci's medal. I've only got 2 rounds left. This guy's got way more health than what I can deal with. 1 into him, damaging hit, and a second damaging hit. Unfortunately, Skippy takes the kill there. Could have done with that being the other way around. My shell hit exactly the same time as Skippy's. Could have done with that being the other way around, would have got me a Pescucci's medal, but never mind. Don't worry about it. 4 kills, done 2,300 damage. Now all we've got to do now is finish off this enemy 30. Now, we decided to split up here. Well, I didn't decide. Skippy decided he was going to go and split up, and I didn't like this thing. I didn't like the old splitting up idea. And for some reason my tank can't make it up there. The inertia was not enough, but Reloads is. Maybe it's because I've got watermelon camo and he hasn't. I didn't want to split up here, but Skippy went off on his own. That's cool. I didn't like it at the time. I made my views quite clear. I didn't like the fact that we were splitting up. But we're going to go spot the ridge. If we sit up in D4, there's no way this Ferdinand can win. We know he's in A1, A2, because he's just killed our artillery. It's just literally a case now. Spot the guy and nail him. The game's in the bag unless we fuck it up. As you've probably noticed and demonstrated from the replay, the mobility on these light tanks is amazing. I'm going to reiterate the point again. The role of light tanks, I think what Wargaming have really done here is the light tanks are now a force to be reckoned with. They really are. They always used to be, but people used to say, oh, it's a light tank, it must be a scout. And the new range of tanks, oh, it was a bad shot. This one included, the new range of light tanks. Oh, that was a lucky miss. Lucky for me, unlucky for him. I decided to go for a reload because I've got time. Yeah, the new series of light tanks, people are going to be scared of them. I had a few comments about the T49 video with me over, getting a bit of a fap on about the what do you call it, the HE launcher, the derp gun. What I want to emphasise now, for those of you watching this, you're probably regulars who are watching this, I didn't mean that people need to be scared of it. The only thing I meant was with the T49 is absolutely anybody, you can hurt absolutely anything in the game. Now, it's not going to kill mouse and E100s, but it can hurt them. Not saying it's going to be a competitive tank. The T49 will not be making it into many tank companies, but it will be a fun tank to play nonetheless. The Walker Bulldog, however, is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Basically, a Walker Bulldog is this thing with 10 rounds. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit larger silhouette, but that's the kind of tank you're going to have to deal with. So let's look at the post-game stats on this one then. Well, it was a busy bee in that one. Managed to get a mastery badge. Also got high caliber, which is considering this gun does 150 damage, 20% of total HP of all the enemy vehicles, and I managed to get a scout. Take the most tanks and enemy self-pro guns, anyone else in your team, at least 9. The achievement is granted by the winning team only, so I scouted 9 tanks in that early part of the game. And did quite a bit of damage to most of them. Right, so on the team score then, on the team list, 1,355. Skippy was very close behind me with a 900, and Reload was on 4th place for 699. In total, we did more damage in as a platoon than most of the enemy team most of the friendly team put together. Notable mentions: IS3 on the enemy team did okay. Our 30 did alright until he started bad mouthing us, calling us all bots. But he did okay. He pulled his weight, but still, no need to be a dick. But there we go. Yeah, you can easily make money on this tank. It doesn't cost hardly anything to fix. Alright, I did get quite badly damaged there, 6,000 credits to fix. And it fires APCR as standard, so the ammunition costs nothing. Fired 29 shots, cost me 7,000 credits. Did near enough 3,000 damage, bar a few points off. And 1,300 spotting / track damage. Yeah, so the T71, guys, really, really good scout. And for me, I took a while to realise this, but this is what light tank's going to be from now on. Scouting is a role, guys. It's not a tank type. So, thank you very much, and I'll catch you later. Bye now.